My reader responded to a blog post I had written. Here's what she wrote. This is why I'm unhappy. The money I lost in the investment I told you about was not just about me. I also invited my friends to invest, and they lost their money too. Of course, they don't blame me. It's not like they lost the funds to buy medicine for their sick children, but these are not wealthy people. I don't feel good about losing money for close friends. I also mentioned this investment to several people who did not buy in. They made fun of my idea, and it turns out they had every right to laugh at me. Sure, it's not the end of the world. I'll still be able to take my friends out to dinner and pay for drinks. But if the stock had only sold for $1 a share, as I had hoped, instead of having no value at all, I could have retired. Instead, the goalpost has moved further away. I responded, sure, you have every right to be sorry and regret that an investment you made didn't turn out how you hoped. But after you've attended your well-deserved pity party, you should stop beating yourself up. You made a good investment. It just didn't turn out to be so good. It's not like you lost money in Bitcoin buys or Brooklyn Bridge bargains. You looked carefully into the company and the CEO, and you decided their plan made sense. And it did. It made sense at the time. It just didn't turn out to make sense. Just as fishing isn't called catching, investing isn't called earning. You win some and you lose some. If your risk tolerance is so low that you can't accept that, you shouldn't be in the game. There's nothing wrong with sitting on the sidelines if that suits your temperament, but there's no reason to believe you're inherently flawed because you can't stand the heat. Just step out of the kitchen. Your dream about the stock hitting $1 and changing your life was just that, a dream. You shouldn't be upset that your fantasy didn't work out any more than an alchemist should be upset that their 1400th experiment didn't turn lead into gold. As Pogo said, we have met the enemy and he is us. That $1 value and the subsequent riches it would have bought is your version of Captain Ahab's white whale, Cinderella's happily ever after, and both my coveted New York Times bestseller status and my future sub 4-hour marathon. Ain't never gonna happen. As far as others following your lead or laughing at your suggestion that they do so, that's not your issue or your fault. You had an idea. You put your money where your mouth was and told others about what you were doing because you love them enough not to want to see them miss out. They were all big boys and girls, and they were free to make their own decisions. You didn't deceive them. You didn't say you were an investment expert, and you didn't profit by their actions. You simply told them about something you thought was a good idea. They made their own choice to play or walk away. It's not your responsibility what happened after that. I get that you feel bad, but that's guilt talking. You did the right thing. It just turned out wrong. You took a shot. It didn't work. Stuff happens. Let it go. A day later, she wrote back, you're right. That was beautifully articulated. Thank you. I feel better. You should post our conversation as a blog. And I answered, I will.